Self-serve checkout. Have you scanned your frequent shopper card? Select payment type.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talk to me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right. I'm shit.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unionville High School. In Unionville, Pennsylvania tonight, it's the Landhope Bowl, and it's week 6 of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network as Oxford goes on the road to take on the Unionville Longhorns. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our broadcast alongside Troy Arsenal. My name is Max Gretzel. So excited to be here with you in week number 6 of our season. And these are two teams here, Troy, that know each other pretty well.
Absolutely. It's a great matchup. Number 2 and number 3. Number 2 of Oxford and number 3 for Unionville. It's going to be a fantastic game. Very close. Unionville just having 2 losses with very slim margins.
No doubt about it. We'll get you some highlight packages for you. We'll start with the passing attack of Unionville. Both of these teams love to do different things offensively.
Absolutely. Unionville loves to throw it deep, air it out, get the receivers active in the game. As you can see, a deep pass here from McGinnis as the receiver walks into the end zone, and they just love to get separation. They love the contested catch. They'll throw it up to anybody.
Yeah, they love stretching the field. That's something they're going to need to continue to do as underdogs here tonight on paper. When we flip the script and talk about Joel McLean, we will have a senior running back tonight on this football field that gets the job done between the tackles.
He's elusive, he's quick, and he can find the holes very easily. But not just that, he can brush off those easy arm tackles and fight through anything, and the offensive line loves to push him forward.
No question about it. Kickoff coming up, but the fan vote real quick for you guys, 83% with Oxford running away with this one. So in order for Unionville to get the job done here tonight on their home turf, they'll have to build some momentum early and often. As the opening kickoff goes to Unionville, they will start with the football. That means Oxford, obviously they won the toss, they deferred. They will get the football to open the second half. And we'll see how this offense looks for Unionville here tonight on their home turf, almost midway through the season, maybe a little bit more so at this point, depending on who makes the playoffs and whatnot. And you got to say to yourself as a team, no matter who you are, you know, what's your identity at this point in the season? Because, you know, the records can really go either way, especially with a team that's 3-2 in Unionville.
Absolutely. Unionville's really established themselves as a passing offense, but let's see if they want to start off with the run to set up that passing game.
First down and 10, ball located at the 30-yard line. McGinnis back to pass. He's got time, fires one over the middle. It's caught, and charging into the open field goes number 8. That's Gilday. And Gilday with these, tell you what, he's shaking up on the play. And he stays down. Not what you want to see after an opening catch by one of your top-tier receivers. But when you talk about the open, that's exactly what we were kind of going after as far as what we just saw. We'll take a quick timeout, opening play injury, and step aside after this.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top-quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back here to a timeout. Max Gretzel, Troy Arsenal on the call. Week number 6. It's Unionville hosting Oxford. We had an injury on the first play from scrimmage here tonight. And it's Gilday, after making the reception and going in enemy territory, was tackled. Can't put any weight on that left leg. So it's obviously a lower body injury. And we hope the best for Gilday moving forward here. And you mentioned it. We kind of touched base right before break and about the opportunity for this team to stretch the football field coming in here as underdogs against an undefeated team. Gotta love to see that on the first play for your McGinnis and company.
Absolutely. They wasted no time, went straight to the bread and butter, and I can't imagine that they'd run away from that script.
So just like that, from the 30-yard line of their own to the 35-yard line of the enemy. And they hand off here on first down and 10 and charging with the football and just shy, it was the 35-yard line and dropping just short of the 30. And that was number 16, McLaughlin, one of the senior, or I should say one of the captains on this team.
Just a short game, but effective.
Yeah, no doubt about it. McLaughlin also a senior as well. So we expect him to get fed early and often here tonight. McGinnis, with I think first time we've seen a left-handed quarterback this year in our 6 weeks of doing these broadcasts. He'll keep it himself, finds a hole, charges towards the far side, and he goes inside of the 25-yard line before he's tackled.
That was a fantastic tackle there by Patterson. If he didn't get him down just by the ankles, that could have been broken for a touchdown.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And you touched about the holes that obviously McLean has. So far it's been the opposite. And Unionville is doing some damage offensively. Right down the field they go.
Quarterback, the ultimate weapon here for Unionville.
McLaughlin still in at the tailback spot. McGinnis fires into the slot. Nice tackle there on the play, but Paleo has the catch. It's his first touch of the game. And just like that, McGinnis looking perfect so far on the ground and through the air.
It's always nice to get the quarterback some quick passes outside. They started out going deep down the field, but now they're slowing it down just a little bit, getting the run involved, trying to get everything they can going against this team.
Yeah, definitely playing with confidence so far as they break the huddle and get to the line of scrimmage. McGinnis will hand. And it's another healthy carry there by McLaughlin. Anytime you get a pretty positive play and not go backwards in the red zone area, you got to think it's pretty confident in yourselves and pretty solid overall, especially on the opening possession of the game, trying to come away with points.
Especially right now early, you want to waste as much of the clock as you can, wear the defense down, make it really difficult for the rest of the game, and just some nice patience from the running back, McLaughlin there.
Yeah, no question about it. 4 wide receivers. Steenrod, one-on-one, bottom of the screen. It's a pitch play to McLaughlin. Oh, excuse me, that's number 24. Got to give him credit. It's Gonzalez. He goes in the end zone for a Unionville touchdown. So 2 different running backs touch the football in this possession, and Gonzalez is awarded 6 points with that shifty move.
Unionville started to seem like they were going to stick with their passing game that has worked so well for them, but they go out and give Oxford a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, Oxford, obviously a team that loves to run the football, and we definitely will see and expect that tonight. But what a great opening possession for this Longhorns team on their home turf.
I don't think you can ask for anything more. You
Yeah.
got both aspects of the offense involved.
Caveni on for the extra point. Trying to make this a 7-0 game, early stages of the first quarter. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Unionville strikes first tonight on their home turf. We'll send you the break. 7-0 Longhorns.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top-quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Back at a timeout. Max Gretzula, Troy Arsenal on the call with you from Unionville High School. The Longhorns lead 7-0 after an opening drive touchdown on the pitch play to Gonzalez. Oxford now will get the ball offensively for the first time tonight. Pretty solid kick there, fielded inside of the 5-yard line. And a nice tackle on the special teams. It was McLean on the return, and just not much doing there. Great coverage by the Unionville special teams.
And it seemed like the ball got out there. Unionville was trying to call for that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They almost jumped on that football, but McLean was down by contact before the ball came loose. So they will start deep in their own territory on offense. First down and 10. Ball's marked at the 14-yard line of Oxford. Nolan Nensky, the quarterback, takes the snap, hands off, and McLean gets the carry. Joel and Jalen McLean. Number 1 and number 7. Joel McLean was number 7, the one we highlighted in our open. And Jalen McLean was on the return. Seven-yard pickup for McLean on first down. That brings up a second down and 3. Pistol formation. 2 receivers up top there trying to spread them a little bit. And you also have Rochester around the line of scrimmage. McLean goes up the gut. That's going to be good enough for a first down. And Troy, I'll tell you what, so far everything's been billed exactly how we thought it would in our open.
Absolutely. These teams, they know what they like to do. Although Unionville switched it up just a little bit. But here we go with Oxford. They're going to ground and pound throughout the rest of the game, give the Longhorns a rough time.
Yeah, just going back to that first possession for Unionville, I mean, that was really impressive to see how well they worked the football down the field, through the air, and on the ground. I mean, everything was just working like a well-oiled machine. And now Oxford will try to do the same with 4 bodies in the backfield. Nensky hands off. McLean has his number called yet again. This time not much doing. It's going to be a pickup of about 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Loxton set up all too well on that play. Try to get a little misdirection going with all those bodies in the backfield, but not much there. I mean, 3 yards. That's not too bad on the pickup, but with a heavy set like that, you want a little bit more.
Well, we've seen so many different things happen through our 5+ weeks now at this point would be a better way to put it. But, you know, close games, blowouts, pick sixes, fumble recoveries, blocked extra points, blocked field goals. I mean, you name it. And we'll see what story is yet to be written here tonight. As McLean, again, is fed, spins off of 1 tackler, and goes upfield. I believe he's just shy of first down yardage, but we'll see. We'll check the spot. And it's going to be good enough for a first down. So McLean shifty in the open space. Spins off of 1 tackler. And so far, it's pretty much been all himself, working from the 14-yard line to where they are now, close to midfield.
Not just the elusiveness. You have to have a lot of strength to bounce off that tackle. He kept his balance and just kept on moving. Yeah,
you see it right here. And those holes finally starting to open up here on this first drive. And McLean just chipping away, moving the football down the field. Fullback in the game now. That's number, I think it's number 40, it looks like, from up here, vantage point. And again, a little trickeration here on this play as Stang gets his number called, and he's going to pick up about 1 yard on the play. McLean loses his helmet as a blocker out in front, and a little misdirection, trying to get the defense off balance there and work around the edges. Nothing doing that time, however. It'll bring up a second down.
Yeah, you stretch it outside, try to get the defensive line moving laterally, and didn't really get much else, but that's a play that you use to set up your inside run game.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier the records, too, of these two teams. It was 2 close losses for Unionville as well, so they could easily be 5-0. We touched base about that off camera.
Yeah, the biggest margin they lost by was just 4 points.
Second down and 9 after the 1 yard pickup by Stang on the misdirection play. He goes in motion, and there's a play action pass coming. Out into the flat, tight end rolling, big body down the near sideline, takes off inside the 20, inside the 10, and touchdown Oxford.
He lined up in the backfield as fullback, and he runs out wide, and he takes the yards after the catch all the way to the end zone. You got to love to see that.
Braden Hunt goes the distance from inside of his own territory and strikes back for Oxford. It's 7-6 pending the extra point.
That run game is absolutely deadly for Oxford as they get a lot on the ground.
Yeah,
but
no question about that.
It absolutely sets up play action.
And it's unbelievable, too, because of the fact that I couldn't have said it better myself, honestly. Continuing to run the football and then the play action set up perfectly. And it's a blocked extra point. Ball's loose. Unionville picks it up. And just like that, you never know what's going to happen when you come watch Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network. Every point matters, especially because we don't see a lot of the kicking teams do a lot of damage, especially from a field goal perspective at the high school level. We'll see how big of a role that plays. We'll be right back.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
It was Hunt for Oxford who struck back and gave them a shot in the arm, but the missed field, or I should say the missed extra point, stuns Oxford momentum for the moment. 5:40 to go in the first quarter. 7-6, Unionville leads, and they get the ball back as that kickoff is fielded inside of the Unionville 35-yard line. So pretty healthy field position. Again, I like mentioning this on the broadcast, Troy, because I think it's important when you talk about the kickoff at a high school level, coming out to the 20-yard line. It's deep in your own territory, especially at the NFL level. It being at the 35-yard line, massive difference.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're getting really lucky. Unionville is getting really lucky with their field position so far, starting from the 30, now starting from about the 33. They're setting themselves up very nicely, and Oxford needs to capitalize on the opportunities that they can get on special teams.
So McGinnis and the offense go back to work. Empty backfield here on first down and 10 from the 33. McLaughlin in motion. He gets the carry, and it's a fake to him. McGinnis goes up the gut, maneuvers past a couple of bodies, and works his way forward for about 4, maybe 5 on first down. And I tell you what, misdirection plays working so far for Unionville.
Absolutely, the motion there really got the defensive line a little bit mixed up. Quarterback able to take it and run, get about 4 yards there. A nice gain.
Pretty quick first quarter as well as we near the 5-minute mark. Sun now almost set here. Beautiful facilities and campus here at Unionville High School as well.
Fantastic crowd out here today. It's second down. Motion game, and it's handed off this time. He gets just past the original first down line of scrimmage mark.
Yeah, what do you think about that play call? A little too much dancing maybe in the backfield?
Well, I kind of like the play call going back to the motion, but I think that you got to wait a little bit to go back to that, hand it off, because you just ran a motion play very similar and you do the same thing. So maybe you hold that in your back pocket a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I kind of agree with you, especially on 3rd down and 8. I mean, now it kind of forces you into a passing situation. And it's not that McGinnis can't do it. I mean, he loves doing it. The team is kind of built on the passing game. He's got a pretty clean pocket here on 3rd down and 8, still surveying, fires over the middle. It's caught. And charging into enemy territory, and still on his feet goes Palello, and he goes inside of the the 15-yard line exactly. And so far so good, just with the doctor order there on 3rd down and 8.
The defender was reading the eyes of the quarterback, saw that the receiver was crossing the field, and he just fell down, just lost his footing. Wide open the receiver was for Unionville, and they marched down the field with what they know how to do best.
Paleo has his 2nd catch of the game. This time it's a big one, as the ball's marked at the 15-yard line to be exact. 1st down and 10. Under 4 to play in the 1st quarter. Gonzalez again in the backfield. McGinnis will keep it himself, and he's brought down, gang tackled by a couple of white jerseys. Hunt was the first one in on the stop.
The run game still being a factor here for Unionville. They don't want to just pass the ball. They need to keep the defense guessing. They love to pass, but in order for the pass to stay effective, you got to sprinkle in some of the run there.
Yeah, Gonzalez obviously has the touchdown, and McLaughlin's run the ball efficiently as well. So it's not like they've struggled, but I agree with you 100%. They got to keep it going, especially down here in short yardage situations in the red zone. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard rush by McGinnis. This time he'll hand to his tailback. McLaughlin runs into a wall, and back-to-back rushing plays stopped for short gains.
And Unionville being stopped like this, backed up behind the sticks, the long distance they have for the 1st down, it's not necessarily bad for them. It's almost where they want to be. They want to be in the passing situations. They find their strength there.
3rd down and 6 after the 2-yard pickup. We saw them complete a massive 3rd down and 8 opportunity earlier on in this drive. McLaughlin's still in the game at the running back position. It's a fake to him. McGinnis goes up the gut, works his way forward, and it's going to be short of 1st down yardage. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and I'd say about 2, Troy.
I'm really liking this power run game with the quarterback in McGinnis. He's not a very big body at 5'11", 170, but he's really able to manage these tackles and bounce off and fight for extra yards.
Well, we'll see what the coaching staff draws up here on 4th down and 2. McLaughlin's still in the game at the running back spot. He gets his number called, charges forward, still on his feet, works his way across the 1st down marker. Still a big push going by his offensive line. Still no whistle yet. Still no whistle yet. Still no whistle yet. And it's a touchdown. Unbelievable.
Wow. Never give up on the play.
That was one of the longest stances between big bodies going at it I've ever seen. Honestly, that may have been a good 30 seconds of just no blown whistle.
That's a rugby scrum right there. Fantastic football, if you ask me.
Well, McLaughlin flexes his muscle and charges forward into the end zone with help of his offensive line. It's 13-6 pending the extra point.
You love to see a group effort like that on plays. Really shows that they're a well-coached team.
Caveni on for the extra point. Trying to go 2 for 2 so far here tonight. Another clean snap, another clean hold, another solid boot, and it's good. And just like that, Unionville strikes yet again. It's 14-6 here tonight.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
out of a timeout. It's 14-6. Unionville with 2 touchdowns on their first 2 offensive possessions of the game, one by Gonzalez and the other one by McLaughlin. 2 touchdowns by 2 different running backs in the yellow jerseys. And Oxford now will try to answer yet again. They had a successful possession, their first time onto the field. McLean fields inside of his own 5-yard line, explodes past the 20, past the 25, 30, 40, 50, into enemy territory, 40, 30, 25, inside the 15. He goes the distance, and Oxford with a lightning strike to answer.
Unbelievable. What a game we have on our hands. Conference foes, number 2 in Oxford, number 3 in Unionville. They're battling here early, keeping it close. And Unionville is no stranger to a close game. They can score high, too. Their highest points of the year, 50 points that they've scored. So they're going to be able to keep in track.
McLaughlin turned on the gas. Charged down that far sideline, went into the end zone. And I tell you what, that Oxford sideline and crowd who traveled on the road here tonight is fired up for good reason.
Let's see if there's a little bit of special team luck continuing for Unionville.
Yeah, you never know. Looks like they're going to line up here and go for 2 possibly. The offense remains on the field.
Not a bad move whatsoever.
McLean in the backfield. Pre-snap motion. Looks like it could be a direct snap to McLean. It is. Looking for some holes. Finds one. Dives. And it's converted. And we are tied here tonight at Unionville.
How do you like that play call? Aggressive.
It is aggressive, and I think when you talk about the blocked extra point on the last possession, you have to say to yourself, well, do you trust it? Even if it's successful, you're still down 1. And I tell you what, when you have a body like McLean to hand the ball off to from short yardage, can't really hate that, you know?
And you see how this game is going. You want to get as many points up as you can.
We'll take another stoppage. We're all nodded.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
Out of a timeout. All tied at 14. High scoring first quarter. I tell you what, if you're a gambler, taking the over in this one possibly 14 all.
Absolutely.
1:08 to play in the first. Pretty good kick return coverage there as well. And we'll see as these teams throw punch for punch in the opening stanza. McGinnis takes the snap, has a clean pocket, still looking, escapes, and is flushed for a short yard pickup on that far sideline.
Might have had a man down the seam, but decided to tuck it, keep the safe play, grab a few yards. No need to push anything right now at the moment. It's a close game. You don't want to have a costly turnover. As you know, your opponent is very much able to score, keep the game very close.
Second down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup by McGinnis. That's a run play. And the ball's loose in the backfield. I think Unionville recovered.
Seems
and
to be.
McLaughlin was able to get back on.
Not what you want to see at all. Residing back to the run game, even though they really are strong with the pass.
Well, that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 to be exact. Luckily for Unionville, they were able to fall back on it. And now it forces you, obviously, into a long passing situation. They've converted 2 30-plus yard passes here tonight, so don't be surprised if they do it again. McLaughlin steps up, still looking, fires, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there by Rochester. And it's 4th down. Punting team will come on the field. McGinnis again scrambling, and he's able to find a guy, but I tell you what, Rochester lays the hammer in the secondary.
It was good coverage. There was not much open downfield, and good job by McGinnis scrambling, buying time. Like we said in our open, that he's really good at doing so, but unable to get anything. A nice pass for what it's worth.
So Knavy's 2 of 2 on extra points. Now he's on the punt for the first time here tonight, and we have a pre-snap whistle.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
All right, 5-yard penalty on the offense, so back them up deeper into their own territory. And again, not what you want to see, especially when you have so much momentum going. You think to yourself, wow, 14-6, I'm feeling great, you know, as a team and as a certain player out there. But now, all of a sudden, you're tied, and you're punting from deep in your own territory. It's crazy how quickly things change. Another whistle. We'll check it.
These small mistakes really add up.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So that's 10 yards worth of penalties on back-to-back plays, back-to-back false starts. And now, Lomas Knevy, for the most part, is going to be punting from his own end zone.
Very unfortunate. You had a chance of having really putting them back, putting Oxford back deep in their own territory. Now, their returners at the 50-yard line. This could be very great position for Oxford.
Punt is away. It's not a great one. Bounces around the 30-yard line, takes an Oxford bounce, and they'll start this possession inside of the 25-yard line of Unionville. So I tell you what, both teams with their offenses firing on all cylinders early on. The defense and special teams now started to take over, and Oxford now has a stranglehold on what we think is going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, we're seeing these switches begin to flip, but Unionville, just small mistakes, things that you really can clean up. They're not getting beat by Oxford. They're beating themselves right now.
1 second on the game clock here in the first quarter. Nensky with McLean in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands to him. Finds a hole, charges forward, maybe 5, 6 on the play, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. It's 14 all. Oxford moving. We'll be right back.
Thank you for using self-serve checkout. Have you scanned your Beacon Shopper card? Select payment type.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top-quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
I'm Paul Williams. I play H-back and linebacker for the Oxford Hornets. You're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network.
Back out of a timeout, we flip ends of the field, and McLean, who had the kick return for a touchdown earlier in this game, is tackled on that far sideline inside of the 30-yard line. So both teams with strengths, both teams with weaknesses early on in this football game. And as we begin the second quarter, you know, honestly, pick your poison about who you think won the first opening quarter in general, you know?
It was special teams, both sides. You kind of give that a tie. Offense, really, both sides a tie. And the defense for Oxford, maybe just a little bit getting the edge there.
Ball's marked at the 17-yard line on 3rd down and 3. Hunt in at the fullback position. He gets his number called, goes up the gut, and I think he might be short of first down yardage. So that's going to bring up another 4th down and short.
Oxford loves to use him as a Swiss Army knife. Use him out the backfield. He runs. He got that touchdown, the long run after the catch on that play-action play, and they're going to run him right up the middle. He's in that fullback now. Is he going to run or is he going to block? He can do it all.
Similar formation on 4th down. Nensky goes under center and stays patient. We have a whistle and a timeout, Oxford. So they'll talk things over. We'll step aside. Quick timeout. I'll be right back.
That is their first charge.
I'm Liam Bow, D-end offensive tackle for the Oxford Hornets. You're watching the Landhope Bowl on the Flagship Network.
Back out of a timeout, Max Gratzula, Troy Arslan. Second quarter action here at Unionville High School. Unionville coming in with a record of 3-2 on the year. Oxford still undefeated as they go for a 6-0 start on the road here tonight. It's 4th down and about a yard. Nensky goes under center. He'll hand to McLean, tries the far side, cuts upfield, still on his feet, and barrels his way forward close to the 5-yard line. So not only that, the first down is secured, but now threatening for the end zone.
It's amazing work there.
So that'll set up a first down and goal from the 6-yard line.
Westchester runs to 6.
Can't imagine that they'd step away from the run at this point.
Yeah, don't want to get too cute, right? Especially with the talented back in McLean from the 6. Patterson in motion. And a short pickup there on first down by Hunt.
They really didn't use much of their jumbo sets early in the first quarter at all, but they're coming out here, they're really pressing the run game.
Yeah, no question about it, and we'll see if they're able to continue to do so. We talked earlier on in the broadcast about Unionville trying to kill some clock. Now it looks like Oxford is really running this clock as it continues to tick inside of 10, close to 9 minutes here in the second quarter. Seems as though we just had that quarter expire, and just like that, the clock's winding. Nensky under center yet again. Same formation. Patterson in motion. And it's McLean. Cuts up field. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. We saw something similar earlier in this game, so I didn't want to stop it. But McLean is stopped of his forward progress inside of the 3-yard line. It'll bring up a third down at about 2.5.
That motion on the outside did not get the edge biting whatsoever. They stayed true, cracked down on that run, and just about nothing came up on that play.
McLean's such a patient runner, and he's able to hit those holes so quickly and take off, use that explosiveness we talked about. Seems like you have him wrapped up and you're containing him for the most part, but all of a sudden, you know, it's almost like that jump stop, that jump cut. Gets the carry around the line of scrimmage, and then almost for a half second surveys before hitting the hole. It's super impressive. We have a whistle. And Oxford will use their second timeout.
Oxford.
So they'll talk it over yet again.
I'm Gabe Duggan. I play left tackle for the Oxford Hornets, and you're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network.
Third down and goal from the 2. Nansky under center. Again, it's Patterson in motion. Takes the snap, hands to Patterson, tries the corner, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Oxford.
We saw the motion be unsuccessful setting up the outside run for Unionville, but Oxford comes out. They go right to the handoff from the motion that they previously used on the run, and it's successful for them. They get a couple yards, and they get into the end zone, and they get their first lead of this game.
Well, I'll tell you what, too. He was doing a lot of cardio. That was Patterson, back and forth on those motions, but he finally gets the ball in his hands, and he's able to execute.
Coach made it worth his while.
Clark on for the extra point. Kick is up. It's low. And it's through. 21-14. Road team leads here tonight. Out of a timeout, Clark set to kick off. Unionville will get the football back. It's 21-14. Paleo set to return. It's a low liner yet again, and it trickles into the hands of Paleo around the 11-yard line. He fields it there, makes the most of it, and is tackled around the 25-yard line.
Almost looked like if it wasn't touched, it could have been a free kick out of bounds there.
Yeah, that was close. That was definitely dangerous. So the Longhorns have a first down from their own 25-yard line, still trying to get that momentum going. It's been back and forth throughout. They've had it on their side, but currently trying to earn the right to get it back, and McGinnis will go back to work offensively. Gonzalez, the tailback. Not much doing there. It's going to be maybe a half-yard pickup by McLaughlin.
Again, trying to get the run game going lateral, and there's nothing going. It's getting swallowed up.
Yeah, it's almost like who's going to get that first stop to get the ball back and try to take even bigger advantage of this football game.
The first defensive stop that's made could be the difference of this game.
No question. Gonzalez remains in the game at the tailback spot. McGinnis goes back to pass, floats one to the near sideline. It's caught, and when Treen has the catch. That's his first of the game. And I tell you what, McGinnis starting to spread it around. It's good enough for a first down. And another patient throw by McGinnis. That one was a nice strike and a nice catch there by the receiver.
He had a man in his face and still stepped up and was able to deliver the strike.
Ball's marked at the 43-yard line of the Longhorns. McLaughlin gets the carry, and he's hit immediately in the backfield, and he picks up 1 on the carry. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Edison had a fantastic block shed there to get into the backfield, cause some havoc, and get a group tackle there for just a 2-yard gain just about, but a really, really nice play by the defensive line.
We near the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. Pretty high-scoring game, obviously, at this point. Let's see if McGinnis is going to test that secondary yet again. Goes back to pass, steps up, fires, it's caught, and it's another healthy pickup there. And he hits yet another receiver. This time it's Paleo.
Back in rhythm, eliminating their mistakes. Unionville getting back to what they do best. And really, nothing really changed there. They just had the unfortunate mishap with that fumble, and that just kind of turned everything downhill.
Injury timeout will step aside. Unionville is moving the football.
Thank you for using self-serve checkout. Have you scanned your frequent shopper card? Select payment type.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant.
Out of a timeout, McGinnis goes back to pass yet again. He's hit as he throws, fires into the danger zone, and it's intercepted on the far sideline. One of the bad decisions of the night, and it's Campbell who intercepts.
Fantastic play by Oxford all around, able to get to the quarterback, put some pressure on him, and really hinder his throw. It was underthrown, and Oxford's defense got right under it, and that's a pick.
And I gotta correct myself. It was Weaver on the interception in the secondary, and also one of the first bad decisions of the night by McGinnis.
Doesn't happen very often, but we see it here. We know that they want to go deep, and that is something that comes with wanting to throw the ball deep. It's a risky play.
Yeah, no question about it. And now Oxford will get the football back. And we were talking earlier about who's going to get that first stop to get the football back offensively. Looks like Oxford is able to answer the call.
The defense for Unionville really needs to step up here. They haven't yet. They need to show it.
First down and 10 from the 33. Nensky goes back to pass, scrambles around in the backfield. One of the few times we've seen him attempt to throw a football. It looks like it could be hold and possibly coming back on this play.
Couple of flags out there. The man was wide open down the right side of the field for Oxford. But
Nensky didn't see him.
It was one of those. It was one of his first reads and didn't quite see it open up until a little bit later, and he was already out of the pocket.
And there's the interception by Weaver. So we'll check the penalty markers.
Holding. Defense number 7. Illegal block both ways. Offense number 6.
All right, so we have offsetting penalties, and we'll do the play over from the 33-yard line, first down and 10. Haven't seen Nensky go back to pass a lot, I should say. And we'll see if he's able to build a little bit more confidence with his arm. This time goes in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands to his tailback, McLean. Patient running, and he's got about 3 on the first down carry.
This is exactly where the Hornets want their game to be. Up with a lead with their strength in their running game. They want to run this clock out just like they did on their last drive. They can run this out, and they absolutely want to while they have the lead.
It's second down and 6 as we go under 6 minutes to play until halftime. Again, Oxford will receive the second half kickoff as well. So if they can sustain a long drive here and leave Unionville with a short period of time to work with, that would be ideal, obviously. McLean is a fake and out into the flat. It's a nice pass there by Nensky, and charging down the near sideline it goes Gilday, or excuse me, that is not Gilday. That is Rochester, who has a couple of big tackles as well on defense.
He's a big body, and they're using him here now in the passing game. And what a fantastic choice too. Put him in the flat, let him get in space, let him run over a couple people, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, the play action now starting to become successful for this Oxford team. We know McLean loves to run the football, and that's kind of the game plan. But when you're able to use the play action to your advantage and kind of find those receivers underneath, that's when you become more dangerous. Rochester goes in motion. McLean gets the carry, finds some space to work with, moves his way forward for about 4.5, maybe 5 on the play as we near down the 5-minute mark.
I know it was a run by McLean, but I want to highlight once again Rochester. He had a fantastic kickout block there for his running back to slide right through and gain a few yards.
Yeah, Rochester's really put together a complete first half as a player, both on offense and defense. 4-yard pickup for McLean. He goes off the field here on second down and 6. Pitch play to Jalen McLean, and he's got about 3 yards on the second down carry. That's going to bring up a pretty tough third down and say about 4-ish yards to work with here. And this is one of those situations for Unionville where their defense has to get off the field.
Absolutely. You need to take advantage of your opportunities. You have them right where you want them with the 3rd and long. You got to bring the pressure here. This is not a running situation. They have not been able to pop off those long runs. It's going to be a pass. You got to bring the pressure. Nesky's proven that under pressure, he's not able to make those throws early on in this game. So you got to put it on him.
Well, it's going to be a 3rd down and 8 to be a little bit more exact. We have a whistle. And a timeout. So with 4:01 to play until halftime, it's a big 3rd down upcoming.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
My name's Aiden Edson. I played the end for the Oxford Hornets. You're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network.
Back here to a timeout. Max Gritzula, Troy Archland, 3rd down and 8, 39-yard line. Nensky under center. Takes the snap, hands to Hunt, charges up the gut, still moving forward. And he picks up about half of the yards needed for a 1st down. So that'll set up a 4th down and 4. And are you surprised there with the play call?
Yeah, they proved me wrong. But clearly their game plan here, at least I thought until they brought out the punt team, was to gain some yards, still run out the clock, and have a short yard gain to potentially
go
just
for
have
it.
go for it on 4th for short.
So Oxford sets up the punt. It's a fake. we have a couple of penalty markers down. I think this one might be coming back as Hunt ran the ball forward to the 10. But, man, those penalty markers flew immediately. I don't know if I'd be so sure about
a legal formation, maybe.
Right, exactly. We'll check it.
Illegal formation. 5 men in the backfield on the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay, 4th down.
Well, couldn't have said it better myself. You called it there. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, and now that'll bring up 4th down and 9. So the last thing you want to see here, if you're an Oxford fan, is a bad snap, a bad, punt in general. I guess is a good way to put it, because now you're back 5 yards. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and give Unionville any more opportunity to gain some momentum. You're up 7 points, and you just have to execute.
Like we said at the beginning of this drive, Unionville had to step up, and they did just that. And Oxford has a possibility to put the Longhorns in a deep situation with only 3 minutes to go in this half.
Landon Willie on for the punt. It's a pretty solid one. Bounces inside the 20-yard line and dies shortly there after that. So after all that, it's a pretty good result for Oxford with 2:55 to play until halftime. So far, so good. I mean, it's been a completely different quarter, at least in my opinion, Troy, when you talk about how much offense we saw in that first quarter compared to how little we've seen here in the second.
Yeah, the defense just needed to settle in for both of these teams, and we're finally seeing some stops. The offenses are slowing down just a little bit.
Well, McGinnis now back to work. It's the first time we've seen him on the field since that interception. What are you thinking? You picking one of those plays?
Let me see. I'll take the pass in the middle right here. I'll take the underneath route.
I like that idea. Usually I just press a bunch of random buttons and hope for the best. McGinnis hands to McLaughlin on 1st down and 10. And you mentioned it, the defenses are starting to make a stand on both sides of the ball in the trenches.
With the running game being utilized a lot by both of these teams here, you'd think that the defenses would be worn out, but it really seems like the offenses are being tired down and really struggling to get things going now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. McGinnis trying to build some momentum, and he's not one of those guys that we've seen over the course of this season to shy away from throwing the football. Even after a mistake, he's still going to take those chances and take those shots and give his receivers an opportunity to make a play.
And with just 2:20 left, they're going to have to pass.
Empty backfield. McGinnis goes back to pass, slings one over the middle. He's got McLaughlin, excuse me, and he goes over the 25-yard line. I tell you what, McLaughlin, we got McGinnis. We got a lot of mix out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough one. We only got 2 quarters left, but
yeah,
we'll see what we can do.
So that's a completion. Clock continues to wind. And Unionville still with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Oxford with 0.
And they do it all back right here.
Again, McGinnis back to pass. Charges toward the near sideline. Has his receiver. And it's another solid pickup there. As Wintrine has his 2nd completion of the game. And I tell you what, it's a very similar play that we saw on his first completion.
Yeah, we see that they've got some packages designed for him. They've got some plays that where they want to get him the ball. Wasn't getting much in the first quarter, but they're utilizing him here now.
So when Treen gets out of bounds, it stops the clock with 1:44 seconds to go until halftime. Oxford still leads 21-14. Gonzalez now in the game at the running back spot. We've seen himself and also McLaughlin back there a lot. McGinnis is flushed, stays on his feet, works his way back. And, man, this would be something if he's able to make some magic happen. Incomplete. He was looking on that near sideline for Wintrine yet again. And, man, both of these teams and their quarterbacks are very elusive. We do have a penalty marker down, and we will check it.
And the pressure there. Pressure there came from none other than Braden Hunt. The man lines up at fullback, had a touchdown earlier on.
Holding. Offense number 55. It's 10 yards from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
All right, so it's going to be a hold against Unionville. And honestly, regardless of the situation, it was still pretty impressive to see McGinnis work left and then come back right. Another solid strike, but it goes incomplete. And not only that, it's a 10-yard penalty for the hold. Similar formation here. McGinnis continues to wind up and sling it. Fires, he's got McLaughlin towards that far sideline, spins off a one-man and works his way forward past the 25-yard line. Not too much going on that play with under 1:30 now until halftime.
Underneath is not where you want to be in these situations, especially on a long down and distance. But with just almost a minute left in this game, you got to get downfield. You got to get some points up on the board.
Very interesting to see none of those timeouts being used either, as McGinnis is flushed, and he's going to take off and run past the 35, past the 40, and out of bounds around the 45-yard line to stop the clock. So Oxford not controlling the boundaries on that play. And with 56 seconds to work with, McGinnis and company move a little bit more forward toward that midfield position.
You got to give McGinnis props for taking what's in front of him, taking what's given to him. That was just a wide open lane. He got out to the edge and he took it, got out of bounds, smart play, getting him in a decent position to potentially use their timeouts, get closer to that goal line.
Ball is marked at the 44-yard line. McLaughlin. And now McGinnis fires, winds off of one leg, dangerous pass. It goes incomplete. He was looking for Wentrini yet again. That time it was Gonzalez in the backfield to stay in there as an extra blocker. It looked like he had McLaughlin open momentarily, but nevertheless, it goes incomplete.
Patterson with some good defense there, staying on his man, real sticky. Didn't really give up anything. Both guys fell down, no penalties. It was just a tic-tac play.
Second and 10. McGinnis takes the high snap, steps up in the pocket. Looks like he has plenty of room to work with now, and he will take off and run in enemy territory. Makes one man miss, makes another man miss. Stays on his feet, past the 40-yard line, spins off of another defender. I tell you what, man, if you're a head coach, your quarterback running like that, you don't love it, but at the same time, it is now setting up to be a possible scoring situation upcoming. And finally, Unionville burns one of their timeouts. And here's the replay of it. McGinnis continues to get flushed pretty quickly, but Oxford's not able to corral him in the backfield. And you're a head coach, you never want your quarterback running too much like that, especially when your momentum is halted.
No, but I know in that huddle right now, they're giving him a little bit of a break, 100%. Pat him on the head, but tell him slide next time.
No question about it. We'll take a quick timeout. Be right back.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top-quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
My name's Aiden Edson. I played the end for the Oxford Hornets. You're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network.
Back out of a timeout. It goes in and out of the hands of McLaughlin. And right after the run from McGinnis, they finally use one of their timeouts. And after the incompletion, that'll stop the clock and bring up second down and 10 with 32 seconds to work with.
Definitely not the worst outcome from that play. Even if he caught that ball, he was going to be tackled right away. They would have had to use one of those timeouts with that incompletion. Stops the clock.
So after the incompletion, Unionville takes a little bit more time in the huddle. McLaughlin in motion into the slot. McGinnis again back to pass for it feels like the 100th time in a row. He'll sling one over the middle, and it's caught on that far sideline. And a late hit out of bounds. Paleo was the receiver, and we have two penalty markers down on the field. Paleo with his fourth catch of the game.
And on that penalty, I believe it was Jalen McLean, The man who was previously taken off the field, he was injured, came back in later, also had a punt return touchdown, or a kick return touchdown rather, so he's everywhere, but not a positive outcome on this play.
Yeah, everywhere with pros and cons, I'll tell you that. We'll check the penalty, assume a late hit out of bounds.
After the play, personal foul, defense. Half the distance to the goal, it'll result in a first down.
Well, that kills you as a defense. Not only half the distance to the goal, but the automatic first down. And still now with 2 timeouts to work with and 24 seconds to go, Unionville threatening, clearly.
Maybe we're seeing why they didn't use those timeouts early on. Now you have the possibility of running the ball close to the goal line.
Yeah, no doubt about it. McGinnis, he's thrown the ball quite a bit here in the first half, but he's been effective. McLaughlin, the tailback this time. He gets his number called, charges forward, and he's taken down around the 4-yard line. So McLaughlin with already 1 rushing touchdown, now trying to make it 2 possibly in the next few plays. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside and be right back after this.
Jace McKinney, right guard and nose tackle. You're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network.
Out of a timeout, Unionville still with 1 timeout to work with as they break huddle with 18 seconds to go until the half. McGinnis in the shotgun, McLean to his left, he takes the snap. He hands to McLaughlin, surveys, and scores. Touchdown, Unionville.
What an outcome from that drive. It's exactly what you wanted if you're Unionville, utilizing the clock, saving your timeouts, and then switching to the run game once you get down to the goal.
It was a drive that started at the Unionville 14-yard line, and it ends with a 4-yard rushing touchdown by McLaughlin. So 21-20 pending the extra point. High scoring first half. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And we are tied for the second time here tonight, 21 all. And we will be back after a quick break. Out of a timeout, 21 all, 14 seconds to go until halftime. Kenevi will kick off. McLean set to return, that is. It's a dribbler. Fielded around the 20, looked like maybe the 20 or 15-yard line, but regardless of the situation, it was almost muffed there. And Patterson was able to fall on.
I like that strategy for kickoff, especially in this situation. Maybe they bobble the ball, maybe you get a quick little field goal. Either way, they're not going to have a lot of time to get their blocks set up and get anything going in the kick return.
Well, it looks like the cheerleaders here doing a set of push-ups. I assume that's for what, 6 for the touchdown, maybe?
I think so. At my school, the
Unless
ROTC would go out there and they do for each point the team scored.
Oh God. Oh no.
Luckily,
I
my
couldn't do
team
it.
was not good whatsoever,
Well, that
so
helps.
they weren't doing many.
I mean, they're doing more than 6 though. Maybe their coach punished them or something. I have no idea.
They're going all the way to
Oh,
21.
never mind. Now they're celebrating. I think they're good. All right. Halftime. A lot to unpack in that first half. 21 all. Max Gretzula, Troy Arson. We'll see you for the halftime report after this.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
I'm Paul Williams. I play H-back and linebacker for the Oxford Hornets. You're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
hear one more time for your 2025 homecoming sport and homecoming king and queen, Charlie Williams and Avery Kenworthy. And now, direct your attention to the track right at the 50-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, the Unionville High School dance team.
Welcome back, everyone. It's halftime here at Unionville High School. The Longhorns 21, the Hornets 21. We'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth, everyone. So happy you're joining us here tonight for week number 6 of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network. Max Gratula, Troy Arslan. It's been a fun one here tonight. It's been high scoring, different pace in that second quarter. First quarter was high scoring. Obviously, things came to a halt there in the second, though.
Absolutely. I think we're going to continue to see some more hard-nosed football throughout the rest of this game. A lot of defense, a lot of run game being utilized. I think that might continue throughout this game.
Talk about Joe McLean. I mean, he's gotten the job done offensively throughout this season. Tonight, first quarter solid. He hasn't been asked to do too much there, at least in the second and beyond. You expect that to change, though, obviously, in the second half.
They're going to have to lean on him a lot if they want to increase the score, if they want to wind the clock down, and the defense needs to step up for Oxford as well, because they started to do well and nothing was happening.
Talk about Unionville in this offense. I mean, it seems as though McGinnis has really gotten the job done through the air consistently. He's been flushed plenty of times, but the defense of Oxford just hasn't been able to corral him.
If you told me at the start of this game that there would be all 3 rushing touchdowns for Unionville, I would have thought that you would be crazy.
Right.
But that's the truth right now. The run game is being utilized or the pass is setting up the run, rather, in this game, and it's working so far.
What kind of pace do you expect in the second half? Because we've really seen tales of both sides in the first.
I expect a slower game so far, or throughout the rest of this game. The defensives, like we talked about, have been stepping up, so I think that it's going to be a lot more grittier game going forward.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, 2 teams that really need to come out of here with a victory. Unionville with a record of 3-2. I mean, they need to come out of here with a victory on homecoming night in front of their home crowd against a 5-0 team, not only for momentum purposes, just because of the fact that, they would knock off a 5-0 team, and 2, they would get back in the win column. There's a big difference at this point in the season between a team that's 3-3 and a team that's 4-2, specifically in the win and loss column.
Yeah, Unionville already has a loss in the conference, so another one would really mess up their chances for playoffs, mess up their rankings, but a win here would bump them up to number 2 in the conference.
Right. Half the story has been told here tonight. Another half coming your way next. We'll see how it finishes after this.
Let's hear it for you.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Welcome back to Unionville High School, everyone. It's 21-all at the break as we get you ready for second half action. Kind of already touched base about, what we broke down and what we saw. I mean, it's been a lot of fun throughout this whole season to really see different outcomes and how things really come to fruition. And on the opening drive for Oxford, you see Hunt going down the sideline. He takes it the distance.
Hunt being a Swiss Army knife throughout this game, doing everything on the field.
Yeah, on the opposite end, McLaughlin able to answer, and it was a ground and pound game from that point forward. At least for a little while towards the end.
Yeah, switching from their typical air game.
Back-to-back rushing opportunities, one in by McLaughlin, the next one came at the hands of Patterson off the misdirection play, and then we followed up yet again, another McLaughlin touchdown. He's got 2 so far tonight.
He's been a star. They're going to need him to continue playing as well as he is, not only in the run game, but he's being utilized in the middle of the field on underneath routes, getting some touches from the pass.
Yeah, he's been located in the slot when he's not in the backfield, and Gonzalez remains in the game on those certain plays, and obviously he's done a pretty good job offensively. Will it continue in the second half? That's the biggest question in a 21-all game with a lot on the line here in the Landhope Bowl.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading Instagram page.
Yo, Liam, bro, we gotta go. Third quarter starts in 67 seconds.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
I'm Gabe Duggan. I play left tackle for the Oxford Hornets, and you're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network. Yo, Liam, bro, we gotta go. Third quarter starts in 67 seconds.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Second half about to kick off. And obviously a lot to unpack in that first half, but when we look forward to what we expect to see here in the second, really it's almost a clean slate in a way. We know both teams obviously have shown the ability to both run and pass the football. Oxford, not too much as far as passing goes compared to Unionville, but doesn't really matter when you look up at the scoreboard.
It's a complete toss-up right now. This is anybody's game, a situation that you kind of could expect this game to go, but our fan votes really favored Oxford, so it's showing to be that maybe the fans of Oxford are a little bit biased.
Yeah, no question about it. And also, when you talk about what this means moving forward here, especially with Unionville holding home field advantage here tonight, trying to get out of here with a victory on their home turf, a lot of storylines to really look forward to here in the second. On paper, Oxford, the better team. Obviously, when you talk about wins and losses, they have 5. And obviously still undefeated here, but that's why you play the game.
And one of the only losses for Unionville came from the #1 team in the conference in Bayard Rustin. So if you think about it, this team is really, really good, falling just behind 5 points to the #1 team in the conference that they could be behind with a win today.
Well, Oxford will receive the second half kickoff. Cavini set to kick off. McLean back to return. Who's going to step up here in the second half and try to get out of here with a victory? We shall see. We're underway here in the second. Fielded around the 10-yard line. And it's Patterson. Mentioned him and the halftime report. He goes sideline to sideline, and I don't know if he picked up a single yard from where he fielded that football.
That was all lateral, all cardio.
So good coverage there by Unionville, and their defense now trying to suffocate that Oxford offense, and Oxford needs to go to work deep in their own territory, try to move that ball forward. Not great field position, however, to start.
Would you flip the script here, get away from the run, try to get some points up early?
I'll be honest with you, if I'm Unionville's defense, I'm kind of selling out on the run, especially on this opening drive. I mean, I definitely have, faith in McLean to continue to get fed, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen Nensky really throw the ball too much tonight. Ball's marked at the 16-yard line. Rochester in motion. Nensky takes the snap, hands to McLean. Tries that far sideline. He's got some running room, and it's a pretty solid gain on first down. Give him about 5. It'll bring up a second down and manageable.
Hard running, set the tone right out the half. That's what you got to do. Set the precedent.
Well, we talked about fatigue on both sides of the ball. We'll see if that plays a factor as well here in the second half. Pretty packed house here tonight as well at Unionville High School.
Absolutely. Seems to be homecoming night. We saw at halftime.
Yeah, definitely a special night for the student athletes and the fans. Nensky hands to McLean yet again. He's upended around the line of scrimmage. And I don't think he picked up a yard. It's going to be a 3rd down and 4, and a big opportunity for Unionville to get off the field.
It's a great defensive play. There were blocks ahead of him, but the defensive lineman was able to get in there, make a nice hit, stop anything from going on.
Back-to-back running attempts by this Oxford offense. Will they get away from it here on 3rd down and 4?
Not the D lineman, it was a linebacker instead.
McLean still in the backfield. Nensky, the shotgun. Patterson in motion. Nensky takes the snap. It's a trickeration play. And here comes Patterson looking to throw, and he's brought down. Nice pursuit there by the defense. The ball came out. And it's Unionville football. Gonzalez was in there on the stop. And the referee's still in discussion. And yes, it is Longhorn football. And just like that, when we talk about a clean slate here in the second half, who's going to strike first? It's the turnovers that come back to bite you.
Absolutely, we saw it. There was the special teams block kick. There was the fumble that pushed Unionville back. And now we're seeing Unionville defense getting in there, going against that hard-nosed rush offense, and they're putting the punch back on them.
Well, hindsight's 20/20, but you say to yourself, man, should they have at least tried one passing attempt on that drive? I guess we'll never know. As McGinnis and company go back to work offensively, fakes the pitch, runs up the middle, and it's going to be a short gain on 1st down. Give them about 3. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. I mean, that really could not have been a worse opening possession to start a second half for Oxford. Not only did they get nothing out of the kick return, basically went backwards and turned the football over.
You just did everything that Coaches in the locker room tell you not to. The simple mistakes, we talked about it. It's the small ones that bite you. This one turned out to be big, and 6 could be coming up soon for Unionville.
Pitch play to McLaughlin, trying to find the edge. He's got some running room, and he's tripped up just shy of first down yardage.
There's some laundry out there on the field.
Indeed, a penalty marker.
McLaughlin on the carry. There is a flag on the play.
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 30. It's a 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, that hurts, to say the least. It was going to be a 3rd down and 2. It's a 10-yard penalty. And it becomes, I believe, now, what is that, Troy? A 2nd down and about 17, maybe? 15?
I like 15. 15 seems about right. Messy football here.
Well, empty backfield. Then here comes McLaughlin. They fake it to him. McGinnis rolls, fires, and it's complete. It's Paleo on that near side. Excuse me, it goes incomplete. But there is a penalty marker down the field. It looks like he hauled that one in from my vantage point, but
he had his hands on it.
Penalty marker down yet again.
Since it's such a close game, I think that there's a lot of aggressiveness going on with these two teams. They want to make the play. Each player wants to be the one to win the game.
Personal foul, defense. Half the distance to the goal. It's going to result in a first down.
Well, that's going to be, basically we go on a yo-yo here because you have the 10-yard penalty. And now the personal foul penalty is going to give you another plus field position and an automatic first down if you're Unionville. So Paleo unable to handle that pass. That would have been his 5th completion of the game, but the penalty results in plus field position, to say the least, as the ball is now marked at the 16-yard line. 3rd down should be, the scoreboard is not correct. The scoreboard is not correct here because of the fact that I don't think they gave him an automatic first down for the penalty. Interesting. Okay. Well, that brings up a 3rd down and 2. So basically it's a 10-yard penalty, and they trade back and forth on back-to-back plays as far as the penalties go. McGinnis up the middle, brought down by his ankles. And that's going to be enough to move the chains. Weird, interesting sequence of events there, but the end result is still positive for the Longhorns, and their fans are recognizing it.
And I just want to highlight the maturity of the quarterback there. If you saw on that play, on that handoff, or on the lack thereof, on the keeper, he had the ball all the way in his hands, and he pulled it out very last second. He's reading the defense, watching, seeing who's coming down. He decided to pull it, got the first down.
Gonzalez and McLaughlin both in the backfield, and it looks like McLaughlin, I think, got the camera. So many bodies up in front, you can't even tell. But another solid gain, and McLaughlin was the one who got it. It's an 8-yard pickup. 2nd and 2. Pretty weird seeing both of these teams trade 10-yard penalties back and forth on back-to-back plays, but
not how you'd think the half would come out and start.
Definitely not. So the Longhorns are the first to threaten offensively here in the 3rd quarter. Needing a stop is Oxford. McLaughlin goes up the middle, looks for some space, not much doing, and he's brought down short of the goal line.
Brody McLaughlin on the carry.
And that's going to be good enough for a first down, so we'll drop the chains. It's going to be first down and goal from the 2-yard line.
Unionville first down.
Wasting a lot of clock here, running it down. It's a lot of time coming off here.
McLaughlin gets his number called again, spins his way, and he gets into the end zone. It's his third touchdown of the night. Well, McLaughlin has become the start of this football game. Again, has given him plenty of opportunity to get fed, and he's taking advantage of it and backs his way into the end zone.
He's doing it all himself. He's powering through everybody. The offensive line doing a fantastic job. There's not a lot of holes there, so it's a lot of McLaughlin to find those creases, but the offensive line is getting some good push.
Penalty marker down on the field before the snap. We'll check it.
Encroachment. Defense. Penalty is declined.
Okay. So it's a 5-yard penalty. It's declined, however, so Cavini will try to knock another extra point through. He's perfect so far here tonight, not to put the announcer jinx on him.
Hold your breath.
Kick is up. And it's good.
Safe this time.
Perfect 4-4 so far here tonight. And Unionville strikes first here in the third quarter. Cavini set the kick off after the extra point was good. And Oxford, after turning the football over on their first possession of the third quarter, looked to get back onto the football field offensively and get something going. It's a squib kick to start for Cavini on this drive. Takes a friendly hop right into the hands of McLean. He's got some speed on him. He turns the corner on the near sideline, leaps over a defender, and he's brought down just shy of the 50-yard line. Much different story here on this drive when it comes to field position, Troy.
Just flipped it, but flag out there, so we're going to see which way this is going to head.
Penalty markers now really starting to tell the story here tonight.
Holding. Return team number 5. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, I spoke too soon. That is a massive difference between what could have been the 45-yard line and now with the ball being placed at the 25-yard line. That's a 20-yard difference.
Like I said, in the first half, Unionville was not really getting beat by Oxford. They were beating themselves. Flip that script right now. Oxford with the mistakes going on.
Neski will hand to his tailback McLaughlin, finds a hole, and he'll pick up about 5 yards on the first down carry. Ball's marked at the 30. It'll bring up a second down and 5. So it's been a pretty solid night for McLean offensively from the tailback spot, but haven't seen one of those big-time breakaway plays yet.
Yeah, I think that one's going to pop eventually, especially when they're keeping with the run. When you do that, it wears out the D-line, especially if you're going lateral, which they have been tending to do. That spreads them out, and then they might be able to get something going up the middle.
McLaughlin remains in the game at the tailback spot. He surveys, and he's looking for some space, tumbles his way forward across the first down marker. That's going to be good enough for an Oxford first down. So 11 yards on 2 carries by McLean.
A little bit of a somersault to celebrate that first down.
I mean, here's a replay. It's very impressive to see how patient he is between the tackles, and he just gets tripped up there toward that far sideline. Similar formation here. Now McLean to the right of Netsky. He gets a carry yet again. Continues to work his way forward. No negative gains, but no big-time plays yet. It's a pickup of about 4 on the first down carry. It brings up a second down and 6, and now the clock continues to wind. Honestly, for the most part, Troy, I feel like we've been at a standstill for the most part at the end of that second quarter, and especially in the beginning of the third with the turnover and penalties. But now it looks like Oxford's starting to get some momentum going on the ground. This drive started at their own 25-yard line. Ball's now marked at the 39, 2nd and 7. Neske again hands to McLean. McLean, this time he's got some space to work with in the Unionville territory, down the far sideline and out of bounds around the 30-yard line.
There we go.
It was only a matter of time.
You stick with it, it rewards you. That's the great thing about the run game. If you get away from it and start getting pass happy, it's really, really hard to get back to where you were, and you really wear out the defense. You see here, as he gets lateral, gets to the outside, he just outruns some guys, and then he finally gets out of bounds.
Ball's marked at the 34-yard line of the Longhorns. McLean yet again, 5 straight carries in a row, stays on his feet, backs his way, and he's brought down around the 30. And I tell you what, now if you're McLean, you got to find a happy medium here between getting fed and loving the carries, but also trying to catch your breath continuously, especially after that big-time dart down the sideline.
I don't know how he stayed up here. You see, he bounces off a guy, breaks away, he's backwards, he's stumbling backwards, and he just stays up and he finally falls down. What should have been maybe a negative play turns out to be a gain of 1. Fantastic balance from him, fantastic strength.
Impressive
this is a kid.
Center of gravity.
Yeah, absolutely.
2nd and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. Does he get his name called again? Not this time. Neske pump fakes, lobs one, end zone, touchdown. It's Patterson.
Patterson got in perfect position for that pass. It was an easy one once he got inside on the DB. As you can see right here, great patience. Fake the handoff, toss it up. Receiver comes down with it. Fantastic play, and it's almost all tied up once again.
And there's
this kick.
And that play action you mentioned earlier, 5 straight carries for McLean, that is, and then the touchdown pass off the play action attempt. The extra point's blocked at the line of scrimmage. Unbelievable. The second time tonight, the Longhorns defensive tackles have gotten their paws on the football, and they deny Oxford of tying this football game up. We'll send you to break. Step aside. We'll be right back. 5:13 to go in the third.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top-quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Out of a timeout, Oxford able to answer but not tie the football game up just yet. 28-27, that is. Home team leads, and they will get the football back as well. So the Longhorns able to take some mini momentum after the missed blocked extra point, I should say. But moving forward here, offensively, they got to be happy with themselves. 28 points in the early stages / midway through the third quarter. I mean, honestly, for the most part, it's been a pretty solid offensive performance, but a lot to still play out here, and it's decent return.
Absolutely. And
out to the 29-yard line.
To give some credit, that was Jack Law on that block, and if I'm not mistaken, he also had the first one, I believe.
Unbelievable. Similar to somebody around Philadelphia, some of the fans know from last weekend.
Yeah, a couple of guys from where I'm from, their college, Georgia.
I like that. 5:05 to play in the third quarter. It's a 1-point game. And McGinnis, who continues to lead the charge offensively for this Unionville team, has been successful so far here tonight in doing so, minus that one interception. Hasn't cost him yet. Takes the snap, keeps it himself, has a couple of blockers, maneuvers his way past the 30-yard line, now the 40-yard line, and he's brought down after first down yardage is gained. So we'll move the chains, and McGinnis, you mentioned it, continues to play at a high level, but the maturity factor, able to find those creases and take advantage of it.
Absolutely, and you were talking about it going into the second half, how coaches might not want him to carry it that much, but they've got a lot of trust in him. He holds on to the ball, and he's doing fantastic on the run.
No question about it. McClain, it's been going on all night. McLaughlin goes in motion, and he gets the carry, and he turns the corner, and he's inside the 30, and he's inside the, and he's going to go all the way. Unbelievable. McLaughlin, McClain, McGinnis, a lot of M's, but all that matters is McClain has his 4th touchdown of the game. Unreal. I tell you what, when both teams are handing the football off to McClain, McLaughlin, back to back to back to back, it's tough. But I will say this, another super impressive performance by this tailback.
Absolutely. This game is not out of reach quite yet, but it's definitely getting there. The run, absolutely explosive, just able to speed away from everybody.
Knievi on for the extra point. Looking to increase the lead. Kick is up, and it's good. Knievi remains perfect on extra points here tonight. Unionville leads 35-27.
Unionville 35, Oxford 27.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
I'm Paul Williams. I play H-back and linebacker for the Oxford Hornets. You're watching the Landhope Bowl on Flagship Network.
McClain, McLaughlin, McGinnis, pick your player. They've all had solid nights across the board. But right now it's Unionville with the lead as they kick off, and Oxford will get the football back. McClain set the return. Goes off of a linebacker's knee on special teams.
Smart play to just drop down on that ball, just like coaches teach them.
Down on the 34-yard line by number 9, Paul Williams.
Paul Williams was able to jump on it, and this drive will start across the 30-yard line. So again, pretty good field position when you talk about a touchback coming out to only the 20. And the ball's marked specifically at the 34.
Now down 8. Oxford might have to be pressed in some passing situations where they've been able to really run the ball for most of this game. They might want to cut the lead, get something quick.
Especially on first down, it's been McClain a lot of the times, and it is an identical situation here, but this time nothing doing. I say that because of the fact the majority of the time he's getting those carries on first down and getting 4, 5, 6 yards, setting up second and manageable. Not this time, however.
Yeah, the run has really not been setting up the pass that well for them. Typically, that's what you see. That's what you see from Oxford, or not from Oxford, but from Unionville. Really having a hard time setting up a consistent offense is Oxford.
Under 4 to play in the third quarter. 1 yard pickup by McClain. It sets up second down and 9. He gets his number called yet again, and he barrels his way forward for a couple. Well, Troy, big third down here. All of them are big throughout football, but more so as we get closer and closer to the end of this game.
And I really can't imagine that they stick with the run, but we're going to have to see here. Quarterback over, getting the play call from the coach. Running on over.
Crowd getting loud here on this Unionville sideline. 3rd down and 7.
Tables really have turned with this. The defense for Unionville. First half didn't look too great. Let's see if they can get a 3rd down stop.
miscommunication there with Patterson on the far sideline, and the pass goes incomplete. So that'll force the punting unit on.
Yeah, those screens are something really hard to time out.
So Willie will come on for the second time tonight to punt one away. Paleo set the return. Don't want any stupid penalties here if you're Unionville. Obviously at this point in the third quarter, high snap. Better punt this time from Willie. Fielded by Paleo, and he muffed it momentarily, but he's able to fall back on it at the 36-yard line, and that's where Unionville will set up shop on their next offensive possession.
Special teams really being the crux of this game so far. You see it on the kickoff, on the punt.
Let's shout out our sponsors: Dean's Auto Plaza, Palumbo Foods, Reading Raptors, Paolo's Restaurant, Footworks, Berks County Views, and Landhope Farms. All proud sponsors of Friday Night Football on the Flagship Network. Cannot do it without them, and we appreciate them jumping on board this season here in 2025. Already week 6. Crazy. It's been a lightning fast first 6 weeks of football.
October quickly approaching.
No doubt about it. So let's see if Unionville can add points on the scoreboard and continue to pull away as McGinnis hands off to McLaughlin.
McLaughlin on the carry.
And he's got about 2 on first down.
Gain of 1, second down and 9.
Crazy different fields and stadiums each and every week. It's been a lot of fun to see everyone fired up about football on Friday nights, and of course lots of great college football and lots of great professional football ahead in the next few days as well.
But right now we got a fantastic matchup right in front of us.
No question about it. This is where it all starts on Friday nights. Gonzalez in the backfield. McGinnis goes back to pass, looks towards that far sideline. He's got a man. And getting out of bounds is Steenrod. He's got his first reception of the game. McGinnis continues to spread the football around to both running backs and a couple of his receivers as well.
Finally realizing they might need to give McLaughlin a little bit of a rest.
8-yard pickup on that play. It sets up a 3rd down and 1, and Oxford needing a stop desperately here on 3rd and short. Paleo in the slot, bottom of the screen. McLaughlin comes in motion. He gets the carry. He has the first down and a little bit more as he works his way into Oxford territory, and the chains move.
And it's a Unionville first down.
No rest for the hot hand.
First ever Landhope Bowl here at Unionville High School. Appreciate them jumping on board as a sponsor as well. And it's been a really fun battle if you're a sports fan here tonight.
You're getting everything. You're getting good defense, even special teams getting involved.
Yeah, no doubt about it. McGinnis scrambling immediately to his right. Still looking, fires, and he's got a receiver, and it's caught.
Fantastic job.
And it's Paleo with the reception. It's his 5th catch of the game.
Great job for him staying in bounds, and fantastic throw here in a window, getting it right where it needs to be, away from the defender, and just low enough on the ground for him to get that.
Yeah, McGinnis throwing across his body there. You usually see those lefties flush to their strong side. Not that time, however.
Maybe Oxford is doing a good job of pushing him out to where he's uncomfortable, but he's fighting through it.
43 seconds to work with in the 3rd quarter. McLaughlin, the tailback, he gets the pitch. Makes one man miss, makes another miss, stays on his feet, still working, breaks free. He's inside the 25, inside the 20, and he's brought down just shy of the 15-yard line. McLaughlin continues to show some fight here tonight.
He was going down, put one hand on the ground, got right back up, and kept running. He was almost at 0, and then he bumped all the way up to 100. Amazing speed, amazing balance, and athleticism.
Well, here's a replay, and again, these pitch plays have worked successfully multiple times here tonight, and it's really just McLaughlin showing his speed and elusiveness around the corner. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside and be right back after this.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Back out of a timeout, we flip into the field as we begin the fourth quarter. Week number 7 coming your way Friday night at 7 p.m. The Wilson Bulldogs go on the road. They'll take on the Hempfield Black Knights. And I tell you what, that's going to be a fun one. The Knights obviously with home field advantage, but a tall test awaits them in Wilson. Still 1 quarter of game action left to be played here tonight. It's 35-27. Unionville leads, and they are threatening yet again. Ball is marked at the 17-yard line to be exact. It's a fresh set of downs for the yellow jerseys. McLaughlin goes in motion from the slot. McGinnis hands to him. And McLaughlin still working his way forward, and he's brought down after a gain of about 4.5.
Nice play design there, getting 2 backs in the backfield with a lead blocker. Not much producing. However, you got to like that. It's got to set up some things further down the line.
So the Hornets trying to wall up deep in their own territory as the ball now officially is placed in the red zone. 2nd down and 6. McLaughlin into the slot, at least to start. We've seen him come back in motion plenty of times, and he does it right here. McGinnis keeps it himself, finds a hole, charges his way forward, and he's hit pretty hard inside of the 5-yard line. I should say just shy of the 5-yard line, actually. The ball is marked at 6. That's going to be good enough for a first down, and that'll set up a first down and goal from the 6.
Give a little triple read option going on.
Almost looked like McGinnis wanted to fall a little bit forward there, but he hit a brick wall and went backwards.
Yeah, it's good instincts trying to get those extra yards, but when you're going up against a rough defense, it's hard to get what you want.
Well, McLaughlin already has 4 touchdowns here tonight. Will he be able to get a 5th if given the opportunity? McGinnis takes the snap, hands to McLaughlin, surveys, and there's just not much doing there. And the show of sportsmanship by McLaughlin helping out one of the linemen.
Gonzalez in that backfield, probably looking over at McLaughlin, wanting to get a couple touches near this goal line. Especially being in there so much, but McLaughlin the one getting a lot of the cardio, going in motion from the slot back into the backfield.
Just trying to show his quarterback what kind of coverage they're in, man or zone, obviously, but nevertheless, it's 2nd down and goal from the 5. McGinnis trying to spread that Oxford defense. Takes the snap, and it's a direct run, straight up the gut. Works his way towards the goal line, and he's brought down just shy at the 1-yard line.
There's a certain team in this state that has one play that they'd go to here. Think we'll see that?
Well, if they can execute it properly, I think we just might. But when you have a guy as high as McLaughlin is out of the backfield, you might as well just hand it to him.
Absolutely, take that away, keep your quarterback healthy.
Man, that ball is placed closer than just the 1-yard line. That might be on the 1-inch line. QB sneak is on. McGinnis jumping, pushing, and he's in. Ball crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Unionville. They extend their lead. It's a 40-piece for the Longhorns on their home turf here tonight.
McGinnis does his best Jalen Hurts impression, and just like him, he gets down into the end zone, getting 6 up on the board.
You know, what's the old saying? Lower man usually wins, and that's what happens right there. Cavini on for the extra point. I feel like a broken record tonight saying that. Perfect 5 of 5 so far. We'll see if he's able to add to it. And he does. 42. 27 your score, 9:04 to play in the fourth quarter.
9:04 left in the game. Unionville 42.
Back out of a timeout, Max Gretzel and Troy Arslan on the call with you from Unionville High School. It's 42-27. We touched them on it, honestly, in the break as far as the halftime report went. Who was going to come out, who was going to gain the momentum in a 21-21 game. And so far, the Longhorns have been up for the test.
And with that touchdown, that is the most points all season that Oxford has given up. Their previous highest was 38 to Pottstown. Or, sorry, the most that they had was 38. The most that they've given up is just a mere 14 points.
Unbelievable. And that's kind of what goes to show you, as far as the record goes on paper, the close games that tell the story outside of the record itself, right? When it's 3-2 on paper, you're like, well, Unionville might not be that great, but those close losses tell otherwise.
And Unionville, no stranger to a high-scoring game. They put 50 points up on Pottstown compared to the 38 that Oxford put up on Pottstown.
Sounds like there's a lot of points scored around these parts of the town. Under 9 to play in the fourth quarter. Oxford with a healthy return by McLean. And they set up shop in enemy territory on the 45-yard line of Unionville, needing an answer quickly. Netsky fakes the handoff, throws, and he's got Rochester. The tight end barrels his way forward across the 40-yard line. And tell you what, when you get a big body like that, you can't miss him.
Finally flipping the script, going to their pass game, getting that underneath going, getting the quarterback warmed up, as he really hasn't been doing a whole ton in this second half. Just a lot of run and nothing really going.
6-yard catch and run by Rochester. Brings up a second down and 4. McLean up the middle, still working his way across the 30-yard line, and he's tackled just shy of the 25. That's going to be good enough for an Oxford first down, and the Hornets are starting to move the football here quickly, and that's exactly what they need to do to remain in this football game with only 8:13 to play.
Down about 15 points. You'd think that this game is nearly over being in the fourth quarter, but honestly, if you get a quick touchdown here, you get a stop, this game is nowhere near over.
Ball's marked at the 28-yard line to be exact. Jalen McLean now in the backfield. Netsky goes back to pass for one of the few times tonight. Lobs one to the end zone. He's got his man. It's it's Patterson again. It's a touchdown. My apologies. His second of the game.
There you go. There's that quick strike. Now defense for Oxford has to come out strong if they want to keep this close.
Perfect timing on your part, too, needing that quick score. And Netsky has his second touchdown connection through the air tonight. Both of them have come at the hands of Patterson.
We're seeing the middle of the field be utilized by both passing offenses here, beating men deep, getting in for touchdowns.
Well, this is going to tell a major story. If Oxford is unsuccessful here with their 2-point conversion attempt, it's a 9-point deficit currently, trying to get it to 7.
Either way, you're going to have to go for the 2. Might as well knock it out now.
Taking a long time in that huddle. Netsky finally breaks it. Jalen McLean is the tailback. And we have a penalty marker down on the field. We'll check.
Offense.
And it's a delay of game on the offense.
Replay the try.
Unbelievable. I told you they were taking a long time in that huddle. And just like that, it's a 5-yard penalty. And now you just can't kick the 2, right? Or you can't go for 2. You have to kick.
No, it's way too long. It's not worth it at this point. Next touchdown you get, you're going to have to go for the tie. But I wasn't looking at the game clock. Apparently neither was the offense.
Well, the kicking unit just now jogging on the field. This is also taking a pretty long time, too, honestly. Play clock down to 13 seconds, now 12.
Still not set.
Still not set. 7 seconds on the play clock. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick is up. It's low. It's off the crossbar, and it's no good. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The small mistakes.
Those low liners haven't hurt them yet, but the penalty certainly plays a factor. If they're 5 yards closer, unreal. We'll send you to break.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Back out of a timeout. Off the missed extra point by Oxford. Doinked right off that crossbar. And it remains a 9-point lead for Unionville, and they will get the football back. Onside kick formation. And that one is, did that just get caught?
That was perfectly executed.
Did that just get caught?
Yeah. It was past 10 yards.
Well, we got to have some sort of conversation here because the referees are getting together. It did look successful. It just looked like nobody on Unionville even moved. Well, here's a replay of it. It's a high kick. I thought this one was going out of bounds, honestly, when I first saw it. And that might be one of the best onside kicks I've ever seen.
And a flag is thrown.
Penalty marker down. So that means what? It didn't get 10 yards?
It looked to me to be 10 yards. I don't think it has to touch the ground first. Either way, fantastic play design for that and fantastic execution.
Well, we'll check the penalty mark. Or not.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. It's a 5-yard penalty from where it went out of bounds. It's first down Unionville.
Huh.
So I guess he caught the ball out of bounds, wasn't in bounds.
Kind of hard to tell on that near sideline, but regardless of the situation, Unionville's going to get the football at their own 48-yard line. It's going to be first down and 10 with the score and the clock on their side. 7:38 to play in the fourth. Both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts.
Do you like the onside that early?
Well, no, I didn't. I didn't, quite honestly. But it looked like it worked momentarily.
It really did, yeah.
Unbelievable. Sometimes things just leave me speechless, and that was definitely one of them. McGinnis rips it out quickly towards that far side. He's got his receiver. And it's a pretty solid pickup there on first down. Interesting to see them throw the football. Paleo has his 6th catch of the game. And what do you think about that pass play on first down? It's
absolutely interesting to me. I mean, back-to-back plays.
Because if you risk an incomplete pass, and the clock stops, and it's almost like a free timeout.
And the run has been working. They typically like to pass, and they've really been using that run game to their advantage. And now go to the pass?
Yeah.
Different change of pace.
Well, 6-yard pickup for Paleo. Second down and 4. McGinnis hands. McLaughlin moves forward, and he's spun down at the 45-yard line of Oxford. Under 7 to play. And it brings up a 3rd down and short. Oxford, needless to say, needs a stop.
This could be their redemption right here. Really thought that they had their redemption on that onside, but defense needs to step up just a short couple yards.
Blackout tonight for the student body, by the way, of Oxford on the road. Screen pass, and Paleo has his 7th catch of the game, and this one is good enough for a 1st down, and I believe he stayed, oh no, he didn't, he got out of bounds there. Okay, so the clock is stopped. He ran out of bounds, but gets the job done. It's a fresh set of downs.
We saw Oxford go to the screen pass on a 3rd down. They were unsuccessful with a miscue. Successful 1st down with that play.
McGinnis has a special arm, I tell you. He gets that ball out quickly, and it's right on target.
Absolutely, he's very impressive. A tight spiral, and he really gets it to his receiver right where they need to be.
Yeah, only a couple mistakes tonight. Nothing too costly, though, at this point. Clock stopped with 6:08 to play. 1st down and 10. McLaughlin gets the carry, finds a hole, maneuvers off one body, stays on his feet. He's brought down inside the 10-yard line. What a healthy tackle there by Oxford in that secondary. Well, you got to credit the blocking up front. Usually it's McLean getting those blocks by his offensive line, but this time, especially throughout this whole game, it's been McLaughlin.
It's amazing how McLaughlin really bursts in between those gaps. Once he gets through the soft contact, he really pushes through.
Clock continues to wind, under 6 to go in the 4th quarter. And Unionville threatening yet again. Ball's marked on the 6-yard line. It's 1st down and goal. Does McLaughlin get his 6th of the game? He gets the carry. Still on his feet. Still on his feet. And finally brought down at the 3-yard line.
We're seeing the whistle today being very lenient.
Yeah. Referees are swallowing that whistle. But I tell you what, now when it comes to other penalty markers, we've seen a lot of laundry out on the field.
More so you'd want to see that flipped around. Less laundry and a little tighter call on the whistle.
Without a doubt. Well, got to keep the ball on the ground here, you would expect.
Keep the time wasting. At the goal line, it's only a couple plays that you can have.
A little bit of a miscommunication here. Might be a direct snap, it looks like, to McLaughlin for his 6th of the game. It is. He goes up the middle, barrels his way forward, into the end zone. 6 touchdowns for Brody McLaughlin.
That's the 2nd touchdown he's had out of that Wildcat formation.
48-33, pending the extra point. And I mentioned in the open, you never know what you're going to see when you come to games like this, regardless, no matter where you are in the country. High school football, man, I tell you. 6 piece for McLaughlin. Unbelievable.
It's impressive. That's Madden numbers right there.
Add that to things we haven't seen yet this year until tonight. 4:35 to go. Extra point is up. The extra point is good. And we send you to break with the score, 49-33. Longhorns lead.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Back out of a timeout. Max Gretzola, Troy Arsenal on the call with you. 49-33. Unionville leads at home. Unionville coming into this game had a record of 3-2. They're looking for their 4th victory of the season. And Oxford, with a loss tonight, would have their first of the year. They're currently 5-0. Cavini, who was a perfect 6 of 6 on the extra points here tonight, will kick off. Actually, 7 of 7. My apologies. I don't want to short the guy. McLean fields one inside of his own 5, and he's going to bring it out past the 20, just about out the 25-yard line, and that's where Oxford will go to work on offense. And I tell you what, you talk about where this game was flipped. You think about the turnover on the first possession of this third quarter by Oxford, and then you look back about what Unionville was able to do defensively, try to give their quarterback McGinnis an opportunity to get that offense rolling. And it's not that they weren't, because obviously they have 49 points, but it was more so the consistency of it. And every time he goes out there at this point, it just feels like they're going to do some damage.
Yeah, Unionville went out there in the third coming out of half, and they were aggressive. They set the tone, and they just kept with it the whole entire game up until this point.
McLean remains in the game at the tailback spot. Neski is going to throw one out to him, and McLean is hammered. Racias had the tackle, but really didn't need to. Just wanted to make his presence felt.
Yeah,
as
that
the pass
ball
went incomplete.
Could have been a personal foul, but refs are going to hold on to that one.
That guy looks like a football player, if you ask me, number 32 there.
Oh yeah, he's at every position. I hope these cheerleaders are not doing push-ups for every one of Unionville's points.
It looks like that. Yeah, jeez. Not really waving as aggressively as they were earlier. Might be getting tired.
Well, I applaud them for sure.
No doubt.
Could not be doing that right now.
Well, timeout on the field next week. We'll be at Hempfield. Our producer Brandon knows I hate that ride out there. God, that's a far one for me. But Wilson will take on Hempfield. 7 nights from tonight. Friday Night Lights continue right here on the Flagship Network, week number 7. Wilson, obviously a powerhouse. In Hempfield, we saw them earlier this year, a few weeks back. They got beat on the road by Governor Mifflin, 20-19. And we know how good Derek Catch is at that quarterback spot for the Black Knights. He's going to have a tall test ahead 7 days from tonight.
As Oxford's coach is having a discussion with the referees.
A discussion is an understatement. He's yelling at somebody.
He's quite unhappy. I would be too in this position, but
I mean, it's such an opportunity wasted in a way for Oxford. I mean, they had something looking right at them out of the locker room. Tie game, on the road, possession of the football. And, you know, you can't blame him for being frustrated.
No, not at all. The team not doing a fantastic job of executing. The small mistakes, the penalties, and just the unluckiness of that onside kick not going through.
Right. So many little things tell the story. 4:24 to go. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Netsky, hands, McLaughlin trying to break one. Can't do so there as he works his way forward for about 4, maybe 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and medium.
Just finding themselves deep down in a hole, deep in their territory. Just a rough situation to be in. They find themselves consistently through this half.
Injury timeout. Before we head to break, we'll shout out our sponsors. Once again, Dean's Auto Plaza, Palumbo Foods, Reading Raptors, Palace Restaurant Footworks, Berks County Views, and Landhope Farms, proud sponsors of Friday nights here on the Flagship Network.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Unionville and Oxford, Pennsylvania, serving our community since 1969. Landhope Farms, the stop that gets you going.
Hey guys, we're heading into No Albies here in West Reading. We've got the West Reading French Fry Fest next Saturday, so we're gonna shoot a little content with Massimo in here for the Visit West Reading.
Back out of a timeout. McLaughlin able to get off the field. He looks to be okay, thankfully. Netsky with a misdirection play. McLean continues to get fed and continues to work his way forward towards midfield. Under 4 to go.
I like that counter play. Getting the misdirection, getting the D-line off center, get their feet tripping over each other, but still not a whole ton that they can do on the ground. They need to get something going quickly in the air to get some points on the board.
Number 78, Jack Gillespie, checks back into the game at the defensive tackle spot. Not somebody you want to mess with, I'll tell you that. Gillespie listed at 6'1", 305. Netsky scrambling, charging, out of bounds.
Yeah, as they're continuing to run the ball, might as well put a big body like him right there at nose guard. He's
6'1", 305, I'd say it's pretty solid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Three minutes and 16 seconds to go in this football game. What an incredible... Really trying to find the right word, and I'll say in general, just a lot of great football being played here tonight.
It really is.
And if you're a fan, you gotta love it. It's a pretty healthy pickup there. First catch of the game by Matthew Asti. Asti has his first catch.
There was a nice pancake block coming from the right tackle. Able to get the guy.
Ball's marked at the 48-yard line, too. McLean, yet again, is fed. Darts up the gut, breaks through the line of scrimmage, and works his way into enemy territory. That's going to be good enough for an Oxford first down as the clock continues to wind. And with that being said, Oxford takes a timeout. McLean's helmet falls off. And we have an injury timeout, so we will step aside. We'll be right back after this. Timeout. Racine able to walk off under his own power, so that's good to see. Hunt. It's actually Patterson who gets the carry towards that far sideline, and he runs out of bounds after a pickup of about 5, maybe 6. Possible late hit out of bounds. Don't want to speculate, but there is a penalty marker down on the field.
I think the fake handoff worked better on us than it did the defense.
No question about it. Especially when you don't have McLean in the game, you're thinking, all right, it's got to go to somebody else. But Hunt, he's been fed pretty well here tonight, too.
Yes, he's been a big factor, and they really haven't been going back to him as much later in this game.
After the play, personal foul, defense number 22.
Okay.
It's 15 yards, results in a first down.
Well, obviously, that's that personal foul penalty on that far sideline, so it's a 15-yard penalty with 2:31 to go in this football game. Mass substitutions for that defensive line of Unionville as well.
There's a chunk play that they needed. Comes from a penalty instead of from the air.
McLean back into the game at the tailback spot. Rochester goes in motion. Neski goes back to pass. Dumps one towards the line of scrimmage. I have no idea what that play was. It looked like he was looking for Rochester again, but just wasn't there.
Supposed to be a little bit of a screen, but nearly got picked off by the defensive line.
Yeah, that one was thrown into the danger zone, to say the least.
Not a very smart play.
Oh, man, that was read well by the defensive front.
Couldn't tell if that was a screen or more so just an underneath route. Either way, he was a little bit too close to the line of scrimmage.
2:27 to play here in the fourth. Neski takes the snap and rolls toward the near sideline. Plenty of time to throw. Fires. And it's incomplete. Looking for Patterson. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Good job being patient, running out the pocket, but the pass is just unable to be reeled in bounds. Really big 3rd down. This is the probably play of the game for Oxford. This is the one that they need.
100%. Still have 2 timeouts to work with as well, trying to keep those in the back pocket if they are able to score. Rochester in motion. Another misdirection play. This time it goes to McLean down the far sideline and works his way out of bounds inside of the 20-yard line.
This is a must go for. There's not really a choice whatsoever.
2:10 to play. I haven't really seen too many misdirection plays by McLean and company here tonight, but that was effective.
Absolutely. I really like the play design. Get everything, because of the rollout previously, really get everyone thinking that it's going to be another one, and then you just go the opposite way. Nice play call.
Neski winds, fires, incomplete. He was looking for Asti. Would have been his 2nd catch of the game, but it goes incomplete.
The Hornets turn the ball over on downs.
The Hornets, on that note, turn the football over on downs. And that should all but do it here tonight from Unionville High.
The hard part about that is that man was open. He got beat. He got the defensive back beat inside. He had the space and just passed a little bit offline.
So, got to expect a couple of kneel downs here by the Unionville offense. And that should just about do it here tonight. Another amazing game that we've been able to be a part of here in 2025 on the Flagship Network. And a couple of things we can add to things we haven't seen so far this year. That being a player scoring 6 touchdowns, Brody McLaughlin.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone score 6 touchdowns. So McLaughlin's going to stay in bounds. Smart play.
Yeah, McLaughlin picks up the 1st down on that carry, actually. So they move the chains. And smart play to stay in bounds.
No breaks for him. He must have.
Nope. How about that kick return for a touchdown in this one, too? You had Hunt.
We had
at
everything.
The tight end spot, barreling his way down the near sideline for that touchdown.
The only thing we didn't get this game is a safety.
McLaughlin fed again, just trying to kill some clock. Brought down after a gain of about 2. And Oxford calls a timeout.
That is their second charge timeout of the half.
I want to appreciate everyone tuning in here tonight and give them a big shout out, big thank you. Can't do it without you guys obviously tuning in and watching each and every week. And fortunately, we've been able to put together some great broadcasts and have some great action by these student athletes on the football field week in and week out. So it's been a lot of fun, and it will continue as we move into October officially. Next Friday night, Wilson and Hempfield will do battle a week from tonight. Wilson, obviously, a lot of people are excited to watch them as they continue their run of dominance in recent memory. Shout out to our sponsors yet again, Dean's Auto Plaza, Palumbo Foods, Reading Raptors, Palace Restaurant, Footworks, Berks County Views, and Landhope Farms, which honestly I may try for the first time after this game is over.
Sounds like a great plan. Heard they got good chicken pot pie.
I heard about that. 1:23 to play. Low snap, and it's handled by McGinnis. He's just taken down on his behind. And Oxford will call their third and final timeout. Quick timeout. We'll step aside. We'll send it to break. We'll be right back after this.
We're pretty big.
Yeah, people say we're giants.
You call that giant? This is giant. At Dean's Auto Plaza, we have a giant selection of quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, all at prices that will not crush your budget.
Okay, he's the real giant.
Yeah.
Come see why they call Dean's Auto Plaza York's used car giant.
Landhope Farms is a stop that gets you going with the most delicious coffee, flavorful breakfasts, custom-made sandwiches, and the famous fried chicken everyone craves. Plus, top-quality snacks to keep you going. We offer the best gasoline and diesel in the area and free air for your tires. Visit our stores in Union.
Oxford with no timeouts remaining. McGinnis takes the snap, hands off. McLaughlin trying to work away from a couple of white jerseys, can't do so. And Oxford now unable to stop the clock after that carry. So that'll bring up a fourth down and about 15 from the 24-yard line. The clock continues to wind. Now we're under a minute. Play clock at 15 seconds, so there's obviously still some differential between the two. Unionville calls a timeout with 31 seconds to work with. Well, for both teams, some positives and some negatives to take away in the first ever Landhope Bowl at Unionville High School. What a great graphic, too. Oxford versus Unionville with the purple and the white. I like that. Oxford's going to drop to 5-1 on the season, and Unionville will improve to 4-2.
Still neck and neck with each other in the standings, 2 and 3. But Unionville's going to have the tiebreaker here.
Yeah, very, very impressive performance and victory here tonight for the Longhorns as they get set to punt. Knievi on the kick this one away.
Second most points that they've scored this season, Unionville. Just one shy of their season most at 50. Punt nearly blocked there.
Dangerous. High archer. Bounces at the 49 and is touched down there with 22 seconds to play in the fourth.
Well, they got some work on the onside kick. and it seemed to be nearly successful, but of course Unionville's going to know what's coming if they are able to get some points up on the board. So
yeah, anxious to see if they just take a knee and end this football game, or do they want to try to, make something happen.
I think the way that they've played, they're going to go out there, give another run.
Neske goes under center. Takes the snap and hands to McLean. McLean hit hard past the 45-yard line.
Offensive line wanted to end out strong. They had an amazing push, almost 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. They really wanted to end this game out on a good, positive note after a rough one.
Well, 21 all at halftime turns into a 49-33 victory. And here's your play of the game, presented by the Reading Raptors, and it's Brody McLaughlin going the distance here on one of his 6 touchdown runs here tonight. What an impressive performance by the tailback.
Almost performance of the year. Still early, however, that's going to be a hard one to beat.
Especially doing it on his home turf, too, in front of these fans.
Absolutely. Homecoming night, blackout on the other side of the field. Fantastic environment.
49-33 is your final score. Longhorns win. You have your play of the game, and you obviously have your player of the game as well on that note. Brody McLaughlin, your player of the game, and the player of the game is sponsored by Footworks, and we appreciate him wearing the t-shirt. Gets to go back out there and celebrate with his teammates after a hard-fought win. And now the entire team will head towards the student body.
This is one that they're going to remember for sure.
McLaughlin's got a lot to be proud of, a lot to be happy about, and so do the Unionville Longhorns. Hornets have some work to do, but hey, only one loss. They're 5-1 now on the season, and obviously they have a very talented team. Just couldn't have that final punch here tonight down the stretch.
Great positions to be in for both of these teams. Bright futures. Oxford played a really, really good game through 3 quarters, just really struggled in the 4th. Couldn't get much going on the offensive side, but Longhorns really dominated today.
Yeah, especially in that second half. So, for Troy Osland, my name is Max Gretzel. We'll say so long from Unionville High School. The Longhorns, 49. The Hornets, 33. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you 7 days from tonight. Wilson and Hempfield.